there's a much bigger threat to the men in blue. That's him! Kill the bastard with the video camera! Get him!
Am I being recorded?
Yes, you are. Actually, I'm afraid you're mistaken about that, as anyone in America has a constitutional right to freedom of press.
Are you really filming people to be published of some sort? Because you're pointing it at our privacy our respect to people's confidentiality. Just as common courtesy, nobody wants somebody in the lobby with a camera filming them as they're leaving the premises. And if you got a problem with that, then you're being uncooperative. I just ask you, please, we can carry this conversation outside, out of people's view, or
And you can do what you want to, but at this point in time, I will not leave respectfully, as I am doing something.
I can never absolutely force you to. I could say that this is disruptive, sir. It's disruptive to our people that are feeling nervous about being in the building, maybe even vacant.
No, you're the one that's taking it nefarious.
But we have a right to be able to call law enforcement.
Everybody, Blind Man Audits here, and I'm here at the Division of Voc Rehab, and today we're just going to exercise our rights to film in Voc Rehab. I was here once before, earlier in my activism back in November, but I was kind of clueless at the time. So this time I'm going to be able to know a little bit more about what to do. So we'll see what happens here this time. So the goal at this point in time is to peacefully exercise our rights here. We do have a thunderstorm that popped out of nowhere. So I had some random person actually give me their raincoat. So I appreciated that. I was not expecting that at all. So I'm just going to give a couple of minutes here at this time. So this is the place here for the Division of Voc Rehab. There's several offices around here. Now this Voc Rehab is run by the state of Colorado. So it is actually a civilian entity as opposed to Veterans Affairs Voc Rehab. So we're just going to see what happens here when we peacefully exercise our rights. I also want to do a FOIA request here as well. So we're just going to give it a little bit of time here. And before I actually go in. Now, when I went here, and I'm still waiting here because it's raining, but I'm still technically on the property and I'm just doing something which is constitutionally protected. There was a lightning strike here, so I'm just going to give it a little bit of time before I go in there. The building is open until 5. So it isn't a very big office here, but we're just going to give it a little bit of time here. So we'll see what happens here. So anyways, this is what we have here. So the first time I came here, I was confused as to where the main door is, because I thought it was back here. But it wasn't. So anyways, it's over here. This one says it's only for deliveries here. I think this is the main one. Let's see if there's anyone in here.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Fine, thank you. I'd like to do a open records request, please.
Open record request.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is.
Colorado Open Record Request, Freedom of Information Act request. I can technically give that to anyone to fill out at any government agency, and you have 3 business days to respond. or your agency does have 3 business days to respond with an open records request. So that's what I'm actually here to do at this point in time.
Y'all anything related to
I don't have a supervisor here. Can I check? Let me check with that.
Okay, you can definitely do that if you want to.
Yeah, you can, that would be helpful. And you're with who again?
I'm just an independent journalist.
Oh, okay. Can you help us out?
Judge form?
No. Yeah. He was just asking me, I don't even know what it is.
Oh, you don't have the form? Okay.
We'll be right back.
Thank you. Huh. Restroom access is not available at this time.
We're working on the phone.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're looking to get a copy of your records?
Yes, I want to get an open record request, please. I just want to get the first and last and salary of all people employed at this particular location, and I can get that sent to me.
Oh, I don't know if they can do that.
Yeah, they should be able to.
No, what the people make here is protected by,
It's actually open, it's actually searchable by public records, though.
open records request.
Yes, ma'am.
Brian, do you have another pen? This one doesn't work for piddly poo-pah. Open
Yep. Basic.
records request.
In Colorado, it's called CORA, C-O-R-A. So basically what I'm looking for is the first name, last name, a salary.
Okay, wait, first name,
Mm-hmm.
last name,
Yep, and salary of
salary
of all individuals employed at this location.
at this building.
That is correct, at this particular Volk Rehab.
All people at 2211 West Evans.
Yes, ma'am. And
Okay,
I can give you an email address to send that to.
okay,
That's going to be Blind Man Media, then the number 1,
okay,
at gmail.com.
okay. Well, we're having trouble finding the form.
Okay.
So we'll have to get you the form first before we can do anything.
Well, actually, you can submit that. There's a process that goes through for a core request that can be submitted as the request. For that to be done, it doesn't have to be on an official form.
I think we have to have an official form, but I have to look into it. What's your first name? Or what's your name, I should say?
You can call me Blind Man.
Well, I have to have an actual name to put on the form. I can't just,
That is not correct. I can actually submit a request anonymously as well.
Bren, do me a favor and Google Cora, C-O-R-A. Hang on.
Open records.
Yep. You wanna punch me in?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's what he wants, is a Cora request.
We're gonna Google it now.
just guessing who it goes to, because I don't think it's us. No, that's okay. You don't have to get much.
Yep, we're using Google now.
Do you see anything that says a form or anything? Okay, this is gonna have to go up higher than us,
That's fine.
and
You can
we're
escalate
gonna
it.
have to submit the request because there is a charge associated with it.
Not necessarily for
The
the,
department charges hourly fees beyond the first hour for all requests and requires a deposit to begin the work necessary to produce the requested records.
actually, that's not correct. That's
I'm
only,
reading it right off of the thing right here.
oh, what are you reading it off of, by the way?
Cora,
Policy procedures?
That's only if the records are not readily available.
and they're not.
I know they're not readily available in this office, but they are freely available. But this is something where you should be able to submit it, and they should be able to respond within 3 business days.
You have to submit it. We don't submit it. You have to, because this is saying that you have to submit it, and
Actually, I am, me asking you to do the record request is me submitting the request to any state employee at any agency for that agency. I can submit it to the janitor if I wanted to.
That's to the Cora payment.
Before the document was produced. The
Yeah.
department will produce records.
Yeah. So, let's go back up and see, go back to the beginning and see if there's anything, those records that are in the department position control. This policy states summarizes the practice and procedures. Okay, so back out of this and type in how do you submit a Cora request. See? Wait, oops. How do I submit a Cora request? Because it's got to go to the Secretary of State's office. Okay, to request records in possession of the Secretary of State's office, send a detailed written request by mail or email.
That is actually only for things that go to the Secretary of State.
That's where this is gonna have to go. She's the only one that can do a quora request. We can't do them.
Actually, this is being done by the Department of Education, right? So the,
No, we're not the Department of Education. We're the Department of Labor, Colorado Deployment,
Labor and employment. Yeah.
my apologies, I meant Labor and Employment. So that would actually go up through the Department of Labor and Employment and go that way to get that request submitted.
a public record includes okay. Anyone can request public records in the possession of a government office, including the Secretary of State's office. See the Department of State Core Policy. That's what we
Yep.
were looking at. Okay. To request records in possession of the well.
That only applies,
Yep.
yeah. That only,
It's got to be your, in making your request, and it's helpful to include, that's only helpful. Mail communications will be answered when received, okay. No, the Secretary of State's office does not process all openers. Records in the appropriate government office or custodian of the records. Other agencies may have different processes for open records requests. So contact the appropriate office ahead of time to review this procedure. Okay, so all I can do is send it up to our human resource and let them see what they can do.
okay, that's fine. Can you get like a photocopy of that request to what you filled
I will
out?
CC you on the request.
Okay,
Okay, you should have a copy of the email.
okay. One more, or actually two more questions. Is there like a point person at this location for ADA compliance at all?
I don't think so, not in this office.
Do you have under like 25 staff then, or I think that's the cutoff is 25 staff if I'm not mistaken.
Hang on, I'll take the supervisor.
Okay. And one more,
He's in that meeting room.
sorry, no worries.
What other question?
Oh, the only other question I had is, why is restroom access not available at this time?
Don't mean to keep you waiting. We're just
Okay,
work the front desk.
okay, that's fine. I was just wondering if you knew why the restroom access is not available at this time, or if anybody knew that at all. Hi.
Hello, sir. Can I help you?
Yeah, I was waiting for the supervisor. Is that you, sir, or?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering a couple of questions. And may I have your name, please?
My name is Joe Fiorini. Am I being recorded?
Yes, you are.
And are you a client here? Are
I-
you applying for services or,
I'm just a journalist gathering content for a story.
okay, do you have any credentials?
What type of credentials would you be looking for?
Well, I mean, what's this, are you writing journalism story to be published or?
Right, that'll be
Okay,
published.
so if that's gonna happen, if your intent is to do a publication or some sort, I need to give you our public communications person's name, and then I don't think we can go any further. If
Actually,
this is planning to go to be published or something, I'd be glad to provide that name for you.
I'm afraid you're mistaken about that. As anyone in America has a constitutional right to freedom of press.
Okay.
So I'm just asking some basic information. I'm not necessarily doing any kind of interviewing or anything like that. So first thing I wanted to ask you then is, Why is this restroom access not available at this time?
I'm not gonna discuss that. I heard that you were interested in, maybe some ADA questions?
Well, that was part of that, yes. I wanted to know if there was a point person here who was responsible for ADA accommodations at this particular location.
I can give you our CDLE ADA contact person for the agency, and that is the contact person I would provide.
Okay, you don't have any other, because I think it's like 25 or less, or 20, up to 25 is you don't have one, but if you do have any more than 25, then it would be something where you'd have to have one on site. So that's why I was asking that particular question. But the other question that I was asking again is,
are you really filming people to be published of some sort? Because you're pointing it at, our privacy is, our respect to people's confidentiality and privacy in this building. We have individuals who serve who do not want at all. They need to sign a release to be in anybody sort of publication or journalism. So either...
You're mistaken by that. There's no expectation of privacy while in public.
Okay, people here have the right to the confidentiality, sir. And
Well, you can-
by you saying that you're filming, I don't know who you are.
Well, you
I'm
can-
here.
You can create that confidentiality if you want
We're
to.
not going to go there. We're not going to go there. Would you like to step outside and be away from...
No.
We can talk further?
At this point in time, I will not step outside as I am exercising constitutionally protected right under freedom of the press.
What I have here is the name of our ADA person that you can contact.
Okay.
That's all, that's as far as we're going to get today, sir.
Okay, and you don't,
But I can let persons know, if you give me your name and number, I can share that you stopped by, you had some questions, we'll get somebody back to you to see what it is you need. But we're not going to go through any sort of filming and publication of something. That people have the right to privacy and...
actually, the Supreme Court has ruled Katz versus the U.S. There is no expectation of privacy in public.
You can bring it up with our people. I think there was a resource provided for a call request or something like that, given to you.
That is correct.
There's our ADA coordinator person, and we are going to be closing our building pretty soon. And I asked you just to, give me your name and number. I'd be glad to have somebody get back to you, answer your questions, even if we carry this conversation on more. But for right now, that's it. I gave you the resources you need, and that's about all we're going to do.
Okay, but at this point in time, since you're not closed yet, I will not leave until you close.
Well, I'm asking you to leave.
You can't ask me to leave as I am doing something which is constitutionally protected.
If you can be here quietly and not disturb anybody, because our people have the right to be not bothered or disturbed or filmed or anything like that.
Well, there's no expectation of privacy in public. So anyone can be filmed at any time.
This isn't public. This
is a state agency, which is...
You can't come in here and make demands like that, sir.
Actually...
There's people here that...
Actually, you're mistaken. You might want to look into that a little bit more.
Okay. But I'm asking you, we're done. There's nothing else we're going to talk about. And I please ask you to vacate, because, and we can talk outside. You want to talk outside? I can do that with you.
Okay, well, I won't vacate until, at this point in time. Until closing time, until, this is a public lobby, which means it's public until the building closes. As this is a government agency, this is...
It's not necessarily true.
How is that not true?
You have no business here. You're not a student.
Actually,
you're not somebody who's applying for services. You're not somebody associated with who. So we can ask whoever we want to please vacate if they don't have any purpose here.
Actually, you cannot under Colorado law, you cannot trespass someone for not committing a crime if they're not committing a crime. There's no expectation of privacy in public. Any state or agency is public during the time that it is open.
You don't need to go talk about every little verbatim and stuff like that. So these people are just here training, and they want to be able to leave in peace. They don't want somebody in the lobby. Just as common courtesy, nobody wants somebody in the lobby with the camera filming them as they're leaving the premises. And if you got a problem with that, then you're being uncooperative. I just ask you to please we can carry this conversation outside, out of people's view, or, you know,
Well, you can do what you want to, but at this point in time, I will not leave respectfully, as I am doing
so I can
something.
never absolutely force you to. I could say that this is disruptive, sir. It's disruptive to our people that are feeling nervous about being in the building, maybe even vacating.
Well, you're the one
We
that's
have a
taking
right
it
to-
nefarious,
But we have a right to be able to call law enforcement here.
and
We
I
have
can,
somebody who will not vacate that we
And that-
requested to.
I will
Because
tell you-
this doesn't have any business.
law enforcement, I was conducting business here as I was doing a quarter request. Law enforcement cannot make someone leave for something which is constitutionally protected. You can definitely check with law enforcement if you want to, but I will not leave until I'm finished with what I'm doing at this point in time.
Do you feel like it's uncomfortable for people that come here just for training to have somebody in the lobby that doesn't have any purpose here? The purpose, I gave you resources, and that's all we need. So why would you want to stick around in the lobby?
Well, again, you're trying to infringe on my rights at this point in
Why
time.
do you have a right to sit in the lobby for having no reason to be here?
Well, I do have a reason to be here because I'm gathering information to be disseminated to the public under freedom of the press.
Okay, so why don't we sit down? I'll keep on talking to you, all right? Come sit down.
Mm.
Over there.
So let me ask you the question then, why is the restroom not available for public use? I'll certainly sit down, but I'm not going to leave until I'm ready to leave at the closing time.
That's the rule. We don't have to have a public restroom for individuals. Our students that are back there behind allowed to be back there in training and stuff are allowed to use the bathroom, but this isn't a public facility like any other place that people can come in and just use the bathroom. It's not available.
Well, this lobby is open and available to the general public, though.
You know what? I'm going to stay here, and I'm not going to speak anymore. Okay?
Well, that's up to you then. But at this point in time, I'm still gathering content for my story.
I'll be right back.
Of course. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, we got 24 minutes until it closes. He's either hiding or he's calling the police. Let me just see what we have over here, by the way. It looks like we got bus schedules here, pretty much. Well, it's publicly available information. Let's see.
Well, hey, I'm going to give you another name. Who's the manager of this building?
Okay. So you're not the
I'm the
manager?
supervisor. He's my boss.
Gotcha, okay.
So I mean, if you want to wait till the building closes, I'm gonna sit here till the building closes as well.
Okay.
Got it?
Thanks. Suit yourself.
There you go.
All right, thank you.
You know what, if I need to, if I need to contact, but the guy I gave you his name, he's kind of busy, but if I need to, have him, help him contact you, what is your name and what is your phone number and stuff?
I'll give you my email address, which is blindmanmedia1
Media1.
@gmail.com.
So I gave you all these people's contact information, including their phone numbers. What is your name?
Well, technically, I don't have to provide that, as that is protected under the Fourth Amendment.
Certainly, okay, you don't have to provide a name, but don't you want to be able to connect with these people a little bit easier?
I mean, if I want to follow up, I'll certainly do that, but you can just tell them I'm doing blind man journalism at this point in time.
You got like a website or something?
Well, like I said, the best way to reach me is by my email.
And so they would write to you and say what? Like how do you start a email if you don't have a name? Like hi, blah, blah, blah.
Well, you can just put down good citizen or blind man or whatever you want to put down.
Hmm. That's a bummer. I mean, it makes it more personable, but it's your choice.
Of course.
Be able to connect like that with people.
There's somebody calling here harassing.
Somebody's calling in what? Harassing?
Harassing. She's asking if there's a blind man in the, here.
Here? Do you have anybody that might be calling us about you?
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Did they leave any information? What are they saying?
He said that he wants to know why you're babysitting him,
Why he's what?
why you're babysitting him. And that we're, potentially gonna get a lawsuit.
So this is from somebody completely different?
Okay, let me ask him.
Oh,
I really don't know.
okay.
I don't know what he wants me to do.
Yeah, how many times has he called? Has it been the whole time I've been sitting here with him? So,
The first time he asked me to come here, and I said, I have to do it.
well, I wouldn't say anything to this guy, man. We obviously, okay. Same number? I'd say let it go to voicemail. It's be done. So I don't know whether somebody's watching us or he's texting people. So, well. And I'll let anybody ask if there's any problems that it was before 5 and they had to leave a message, just tell them I said this.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
but, it's about the time that they leave messages, we usually are walking.
Yeah, to pass. It's gonna
Yeah.
too close to 5 anyways to do anything about any phone call.
Right.
Oh. Hey, question, it's pretty dark out there,
Yeah.
and it's gonna get a little stormy. Do you have transportation or a way
Yeah.
to leave here in about 5 minutes?
I'll be good. Yeah.
Okay. Just one question.
So I'll leave right now since it's just like a minute till. So thank you again. Well, it was raining before. I don't think it's raining as much anymore, guys. I'm gonna go back and go out to the street, maybe go down a half a block or so. That being said, let's just get out here. Yep, I don't think it's raining anymore, so it's overcast, but I don't think it's raining as much as it was because it was torrential. In fact, I had a guy give me his raincoat, so I appreciated that. Well, the rain is dripping just a little bit more now. So I appreciate you all joining me tonight or today and standing with us so we exercise our rights. I'm going to end this now. Appreciate you all again and wish you all a pleasant afternoon or evening.